Today I'm going to show you one way to make your own wire wrapped feather earrings. To start with, these are the tools and supplies you're going to need. You're going to need round nose pliers, and also wire cutting pliers if you don't already have wire cutters built into another tool, crimping pliers, and if you have them, chain nose pliers. You're also going to need the feathers of your choice, of course. The ones that you find should be at least 3 inches long, and if they're longer, you can always, trim them down to size. You're going to need 2 crimp covers, which look like these, 1 for each earring, 2 fish hook style ear wires or any other earring component of your choice, and the most important part, the wire itself. I'm using 22 gauge silver plated copper wire, and I wouldn't go any lower than 22 gauge for this particular project, and no higher than 24 gauge for this particular project. As far as the components are concerned, the crimp covers, the ear wires, and the wire itself, I would definitely try to make sure that you're matching up the color and material as best you can. And all these tools and supplies can be found at any arts and crafts store like Michael's and AC Moore. As far as the feathers are concerned, though, if you're not going elsewhere, I would definitely recommend AC Moore over Michael's. At least as far as the locations by me, AC Moore has the better feather supply and selection. First step is to take that wire and cut 2 pieces of it, a little bit longer than forearm length. And what we're actually going to be doing is making an eye pin type loop on the end of each wire. To do that, you hold about midway down the cone-shaped tips of the round nose pliers, and you twist around the wire until you make a little circle. Then, after you make the circle, you straighten it out a bit. Just kind of fix it a bit there, and you're going to end up with something like this. And you should do both of them at the same time, just to get that piece out of the way there. Okay, so now we've got our 2 wires with the eye pin loop at the end. So you measure about 1 inch or so, and you bend it at a 90-degree angle. Then what you're going to want to do is just line that up with the second wire and just bend it at the same exact spot so that they, of course, match. Okay, so for now you can put those aside. Now for the feathers. Obviously these don't match, so what I'm going to want to do is first match them up here. Oops. Okay, so you're going to take the feather and line it up with the wire like this. Okay. You're just going to want to trim a little bit of the excess feather part there. So they'll about match there. You can see the shaft in this feather is a little thick. So in addition to trimming off some of the excess feathers where I'm going to be wrapping, I'm going to also go ahead and just kind of snip off part of that shaft. No farther down than where I'm going to be wrapping. Okay, so now we're going to come to the hardest part, which is starting the actual wrap. Oh, and of course, before you start this, you want to make sure that each of your feathers and the wires are, identical or as close to it as you can get. Basically, you're just going to have to kind of hold them together like this and start wrapping. once you've gone around a few times, it gets a lot easier. And then from there, it's just really fast. All right, so I've got a little bit of excess wire here. So I'm just going to go back and cut that. And then you kind of want to flatten it up against there. Okay, and here is where the crimp beads actually come in. You're going to take your crimp bead and you're going to place it around the top here, covering the very end of the wire piece that you just wrapped around if you can. You just want to close it. So here's your finished feather pendant. Today we're making earrings, so I'm going to show you how to do that, but as you can see, this is pretty versatile. You can add it to a necklace if you want, or another piece of jewelry. So I have the fish hook. So what you're going to want to do is kind of open the loop on the eye pin top that you made earlier. And slip the earring in. Make sure that the part of the feather that you want to face out is facing out. Then just go ahead and close the loop. There you have it, your earring.